My name is Toby. I am originally from Sweden, Gothenburg, which is the west coast. Went to the American College in Norway at first in '02, and they have an exchange program with UND. So you do your first year in Norway, and then the remainder at UND. So I graduated there in '06. I did my criminal justice degree with a minor in sociology. My goal when I went there was to move back to Sweden and become a cop in Sweden. That was my goal, and then I met a girl and it changed. She went to grad school at the cities, so we moved to the cities. And then after grad school, she got a job at Sanford, and that's why we ended up here. And as soon as she got that job, I applied with Fargo PD. And then I went to their academy in '15, and then got hired in November of '15.
So I grew up in Roseau, Minnesota, graduated from there. Then from there I went to UND for a year, and then I joined the North Dakota Air National Guard following that. I got done with basic training, tech school, and mess days, and then went to NDSU, where then I graduated in 2016. During my college career, I was deployed once, and when I got back, I made the decision I wanted to get into law enforcement. My dad was a Border Patrol agent for 29 years before he retired. So that was kind of always in the back of my mind. And then once I got back from my deployment, started talking to people. I had met Assistant Chief Travis Stefanowitz at a career fair, and then he was the one that kind of got the ball rolling for me to get into the organization. And then once I graduated college, I started here a week later.
I grew up in a suburb of Illinois, Mundelein, Illinois, up in the northeast corner of the state, about 40 minutes from Chicago. Grew up there, went to high school there, and then went to college at Bradley University, which is in Peoria, Illinois. And my mom's side of the family is from Jamestown, Valley City area originally. My mom was actually born up in this area. So coming up here as a child, always loved North Dakota, loved the Fargo area, had some family up here. So after college, I was looking for the next step in my life and kind of to move on and go on that adventure. And I decided to try to enroll in NDSU for graduate school and was fortunate enough to get selected. So I went and taught English for about a year at NDSU while going to school, and then decided that I wanted to begin my career in law enforcement. So left school and then applied for the Fargo Police Department and was fortunate enough to get picked, and I've been here ever since.
So I'm originally from Rochester, Minnesota. I was born and raised there. I then attended the University of North Dakota and went to school for criminal justice from 2014 to 2017. When I was at the University of North Dakota, came down to Fargo and went on a ride-along. That ride-along ended up being at the time with Officer Golos at the time, now Sergeant Golos, and was just really impressed with the police department, and I really fell in love with just the Fargo-Moorhead area in general. It reminded me a lot of Rochester, where I grew up. Since I was a little kid, I wanted to be a police officer. It was just something that really intrigued me.
One of my goals right away, that eventually I wanted to be a detective. I like the process of it. I like, looking into the cases, digging into them more. I applied for that, was put on a list, and then eventually, a couple of weeks ago, I finally got promoted. It was great. I mean, it feels good at knowing that, okay, this is where I'm going to be, and this is what I'm going to do with my career and develop here, and I was very excited.
It was a tough process going into it. There's a lot of very good candidates that applied, but then to make the list and get promoted, it was really an honor to have that happen. Since I've been promoted, I'm on night shift. We have a really good crew of officers that are out there working hard every night, and I just kind of act as the resource for them if they have any questions. Critical incidents can be challenging. There's a lot to work through, a lot of different things you gotta think about. I'm still gonna be known for that, right? It's just building off that to be like, yeah, this happened, but then to how are we moving forward to keep growing and continue to build my career to whatever the end goal is for it.
It's a tremendous honor to be able to take that next step, to have the confidence of executive staff and leadership to be selected for that role. And it was just really cool to reflect on the time I've had at Fargo so far, sitting in the commission chambers where I was sworn in 2019, and now being promoted in that same chambers was really cool. Thinking of all the late nights, the stressful moments, the lesson learns, the failures, the nights where you don't really go to sleep because you can't sleep, but you come to work and you punch the clock and you hit the streets with your teammates and you go out and you help the community in whatever way, shape they need. So once again, just a tremendous honor, but you have to earn it every day. You have to continue to be a student of the game, a student of the profession, and improve constantly.
It was an awesome day. There was at the ceremony we had a ton of awesome sergeants getting promoted. A lot of those guys, a couple of them I'd come up through the ranks with, like Ian Christon. Rob Essler was my mentor when I got on the SWAT team, and then now Lieutenant Mosier, he was my sergeant in street crime. So a lot of those guys I had, good formal relationships with, and seeing that wealth of experience come up, it was an honor to be promoted with them. It's kind of you looked around the room and you're like, wow, we have a really young group of guys, but we have a ton of experience here and a ton of different views on life, how we handle different types of situations, and ultimately it was just a privilege to get promoted with them.
Well, favorite part of this department is the department itself, the people who work here. I mean, if you ask anybody, I think they'll say the same thing. It's just a great department, and the people you work with is great. The environment, just coming to work and seeing and talking to, your partners and colleagues is the best part.
Guardianship, we obviously have a lot of, that's our main goal is public safety, right? To go out there and be a guardian for people that need our assistance. So us going out there, a lot of people are every day involved in situations where we're called. There's so many different scenarios that we are able to assist somebody with. So being that guardian is basically being like a resource for people using our experience that we've gained as a police officer to help the public with whatever they need.
One of the things that I see as our job, or the focal point of our job, is getting justice for victims, and part of that is doing our part in apprehending dangerous individuals. I got to display that quite a bit when I was in our street crimes unit, tracking down some of those violent felons, violent criminals, and bringing them to justice. And I think some of those investigations, there's a few investigations that I remember that, you have some of these victims and they're helpless and their last call is to turn to the police department. They've tried a lot of other things, and being able to work with them, investigate a crime thoroughly, and hold someone accountable for that, and bring them through the court process is very rewarding to me. I think that demonstrates guardianship in the sense of that we are serving people who can't always help themselves or can't always defend themselves. We're kind of the guardians of that.
It's a tremendous honor to be able to put on this uniform every single day and help serve the community in any way that it's needed. So the support from the community has been fantastic, especially here in Fargo, and that was something that really drew me to the area when I first moved up here too. So just want to say thank you to the community.